Hello there, everybody. I'm WaitWhat, and I'm back with part 4 of Dysfunctional Systems. And we're continuing right where we left off. Come on, calm down. We'll make it through this, and you'll be better for it, okay? I close my codex and look at Cyrus, who has placed his hands on my shoulders. The gesture does not help. For some reason, it makes me feel worse. My heart tightens, and tears escape from my lids. She's having a mental breakdown, but she's 14 and she's dealing with nuclear war, potential nuclear war. I'd be freaking out too. I feel the same feeling that comes when I imagine how it would be if my dad were to die. Only the feeling is much more distorted and disgusting. I answer Cyrus with a warbling voice as my emotions are in tatters. I'm sorry, sir, but I don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Winter, come on, hey, you aren't stupid. You're a smart girl. I am. I'm incredibly stupid. You know it. You're just a bit hard-headed. It's okay. You're young, Winter, and you're strong, too. You're strong, Winter. I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I raise my head and look at his face. Through my tears, I can see that Cyrus's cheeks are more flushed than my own. He jumps a little, as if he were startled, and hugs my head to his chest. His heart is beating very fast, and I clutch the bottom of his shirt. When he speaks, his voice reverberates through his body in a powerful way, so powerful that I even feel a little more confident. We will not fail. I lift my head and look at him again. He shivers and looks from me to the fountain. I'll make sure of it. But only if you shape up. I'm terrified. I know. Okay. Let's finish this up, alright? I push away from him and wipe my eyes and cheeks. Such a sweet little moment between the two of them. Sadly, it was on the outbreak of nuclear war, but whatever. I feel as though this is too much for me to take. It is hard to have faith in Cyrus. The further I go down the path of a mediator, the harder it is to have faith in anything. Still, if I feel this is so wrong, then I ought to stop it, right? I should stop this all from happening. I should stop this war, plainly and simply. I still myself and stare directly into Cyrus's eyes, sure to convey my conviction. Sir. Yes? I am confident that we will succeed here too. I'll also make sure that we will not fail. That mindset is good, Winter Harrison. Hold on to it. It's easy to lose. Alright, let's kill the president. What? My soul decides to flee from my chest. What? My exact response, Winter. Oh, Cyrus, you're fantastic. What? That's the obvious course of action. That isn't... No, it's not. That is the least obvious thing. Oh, then what's the most? Talk to him? Convince him that he shouldn't do the things he wants to do? Winter, we don't have time for diplomacy. What? Mediation is all about diplomacy. No, it isn't. I shouldn't even have to tell you that. Mediators are simply neutral parties that enter worlds with problems, assess the situation, and solve the issues by whatever means necessary. You really are scum. What? I look him in the eye, nearly snarling. What is it, sir? You think I'm deaf? Every student knows how you handle things. That's right. People talk about you. Everyone knows that you're a murderous and cold. Ah! And don't talk to me like I'm that stupid, even though you just called yourself stupid. I remember what they said at orientation. I know that setting existence to balance is totally important. I know how needed it is, but I thought we were more heroic than that. And I can't believe I felt confident because of you. Do you even hear yourself? What is necessary? We shouldn't lower ourselves to that barbaric level. I'm really starting to tire of your lip, Harrison. Yeah. Now listen here. Minnie and Brighton do not support aggression from Gabrielle, I've heard. That's only natural. War is a terrible thing. Furthermore, while their poverty extends far, it can be argued that this situation is for the best. Barnaby does not see that, though. He sees his own solution as the only solution. The people do not side with him. That is at least one issue that need be addressed. They must support him. They must feel that his decision is right. So I will kill him. In doing so, the blame should be placed upon Gabriel, and it should be clear to the populace that they have an enemy to fight. What is he saying? Was all that talk before to prepare me to accept this evil? To prepare me for these calculated deaths? You're not just asking me to support killing a man, are you? You're going to allow the nuclear bomb to be launched as well. Are you insane? I can't sit by and allow that. You've underestimated the plight of these people. For Barnaby, who has no real power, to wrest it for himself in such a dramatic fashion suggests that he is not willing to listen to reason. If we had longer than 4 hours, then it would have perhaps been possible to change his mind. But like this? Just forget it. That nuke will be launched. All we can do is unite these people before they go to war. We can still bring this nation into order. Order? Does that bother you? Stability is paramount, Winter. Arrgh! So cool your head. Think about this logically. Already, being a mediator isn't a thing of emotion. That's... what? That's only your opinion, and you're only one person. Don't act as though you know everything. Don't act as though you know anything. I don't know a lot, but what I do know is that murder is the worst thing a person can do. So horrible and disgusting and terrible that we don't even write about it, and it never happens. What? You want to rebel against me again? I don't know. I don't know if I should, because you're kind of right. It doesn't look like it. They're so tainted by the troubles that it is doubtful I could convince the president to stop this. Killing him instead, though? Letting the nuke go off, too? Could I even forgive myself for that? Yeah, we probably don't have very much time. From what I read and what I've heard, it seems that weapon can be released easily very, very soon. Winter? Blast, I need more information. Are you saying that preventing launch and more is impossible? I'd mentioned before that, with luck, it won't be. With our president gone, and the only remaining leader being a backup, there may at least be a delay on the bomb, which would give us more time to attempt other plans. The death of the president could also lead to Gabriel taking Brighton much more seriously, since it signals a dangerous level of civil unrest. In which case, Gabriel would probably leash this nation completely before they even had the chance to launch the nuke. Alternatively, there is also a small chance, a very small chance, that Gabriel will give in to Barnaby's demands. In the likely case that none of these possibilities come to pass, however, you can still expect the relations between Gabriel and Brighton to proceed much differently from now on. Brighton's citizens will believe that Gabriel has a stranglehold on them so complete that they can kill their president less than an hour after a threat of aggression. Some will be in fear to rebel against such power. But many will be emboldened in the belief that Gabriel has gone too far. What's more, once that bomb has gone off, the citizens won't be afraid for much longer. The fusion bomb holds unprecedented power here. Nobody understands it, not even Brighton. It could separate these two muddled nations and produce a new order. As an added bonus, once they see its power, they grow to fear it. It's probable this world will never see a nuclear weapon launched again. If Barnaby were to launch it now without his nation's consent, the people would condemn him as a tyrant. It could lead to both a civil war and an international one. We need to make him a martyr, a hero in death. He will be a sacrificial symbol of Brighton loyalty, and the people will follow him posthumously. Gracious, he seems so sure of himself. Yes, he does. Would this really be for the best? Would this bring about order? What should I do? Oh god, it's one of those. I can't even save. Don't give me that. Yeah, I can. The choices in the game seem like they're gonna have a pretty big effect. And we're following Cyrus. Fine. I refuse to invest any more heart into this. It's out of my hands. I'm just here to watch, yeah? And that's what I'll do. I mean, yeah, don't really want to kill the president. I understand that, but Cyrus is kind of right in almost everything he said. And we have no backup plans. I guess we could have tried to talk, but yeah. No, watch, that would have worked. Whatever. If Cyrus wants to go around murdering people and being a terrible person, then I guess that's his prerogative. I'll just consider this an example of how not to be a proper mediator. This is all we can do, Winter. Yes, whatever. I must say that the thing I hate the most about this is that he isn't entirely wrong. Not about the murdering. That's definitely wrong, no question. It's just that I really don't know anything. Cyrus is a mentor. He has been doing this for a while. Evidently, from the candor in his voice, he's good at it, too. Even if I took the lead, in the face of my inexperience, anything I suggest is likely to fail. And it's just that. It's so frustrating. Winter? I will follow you, but I hope you know that I won't be killing anyone. This is your bloodstained proposal, not mine. I'll watch and I won't help. That's all you're here for. That's right. I am only here to watch and learn. That's all. As such, I stop talking and just stare at him instead. We need to find a library. Is that so? We need to find out where the president is. We visited this world before, but not this country. We don't know where their government office is, or even if that is where the president will be. We need to learn more, and quickly. This feels like a lecture. Wait here. He turns and runs off to a woman passing by, one of several women and men who seem to have begun filing the streets as the president's address assumably ends. Well, okay. I didn't exactly have the urge to flee just now or anything, although I wouldn't mind going home and ignoring all this. Demanding a withdrawal is a failure, though, so I will stick with it. Granted, I am sure they would make an exception for a situation as unique as this, but no. I have to see this through. I ought to see this through. I turn my attention back to my mentor, who has finally reached the woman. Until she notices him, he is wearing an expression so stern that I'm sure it would stun her, but after that point, she is met with a bright face and a smile. He begins talking with her amiably, outside of my earshot, and I stop paying him any mind. Something about that high charisma of his now disgusts me. Perhaps it's basically a manipulative angle from which he ultimately approaches everything. Ends justifying means. The needs of the many over the few. Various ridiculous philosophies. Even for having to be around him, I feel gross and dirty. Worse for being associated with him, and especially worse for letting him do what he wants. But right, of course, I shouldn't let any of it bother me. Just as he said, my job here is to watch. This isn't my responsibility. Distance from him now, I start feeling much calmer than before, and when he returns, I've settled down enough to feel oddly impassive about the whole situation. I just ask for directions. There's a library close by. Come on, we're running. With that, he takes off in a sprint, clearly slower than his true pace, I would guess for my benefit. For a second, I contemplate walking, but I reason promptly that there is no point in making matters any worse. I follow fast enough. Being in the presence of books has a placating effect on me. Ever since we entered here, I've been breathing sighs. Everything makes sense in books. Everything is carefully placed, planned out, logical, and clear. They reflect what I once admired in reality. Of course, reality doesn't offer such things anymore. After all, here I am, sitting in the library of another world, my mentor tapping away at keys to find a man to kill. Ha! I wonder what kind of books a world with wars has. Ones about bloodshed and suffering? As long as they're fiction, I might like to read them. Granted, I've lately found it difficult to determine what exactly fiction even is. Got it. I almost say that's good, but catch myself from automatic politeness. Nothing about that is good. I should have sabotaged his computer somehow. Well, I suppose all that's left is to murder a man. I give Cyrus a curious glance to suggest a question, possibly one eliciting the whereabouts of the president. He seems to pick up on it. Don't worry about where he is. It's not like it would mean anything to you. Instead, I've got to tell support. We can't shift on our own to unconfirmed locations. I'll tell you this, though. This society is pretty open. The floor plan of their entire government building is online. Found it on a website offering tours of all places. The president's office is on the top floor. We'll try going directly there. I break my gaze and look at his computer monitor. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Cyrus lifting his wrist to his mouth and talking to it. I could eavesdrop, but I don't really care to. Instead, turn to the halls of bookshelves. Now here's a thought. If there were an infinite number of words and a supposedly infinite number of worlds, then theoretically there's no limit to what has been written, right? That would mean that each world has their own unique writings, their own unique piece of an infinite collection. How enlightening. We're going, Winter. I wonder how long I can keep up this charade of nonchalance. I'm afraid that as soon as I take it down, I'll be completely aware of the severity and sickness of the oncoming event. So I don't want to go. I don't want to see this. I'm going to watch a man die. I'm going to let a city be destroyed. I can't believe I joked about this. I completely relinquished my rebellion. Now I can't save anything. You could easily say that this was my fault and wouldn't need to convince me. I could have done something. I could have tried harder. If this is a lesson, I want to stop coming to class. Yeah, so I made the choice to follow Cyrus. I want to see where Cyrus takes us in this playthrough. And I'll assume this is like Cafe Zero, where I can skip the stuff I've seen and make choices again later, or just load the choices and stuff. So, yeah, hopefully I can do that. I must keep going, though, regardless of my feelings on the matter. Really, I have to. I have to keep doing this, and I have to keep dealing with him. If I'm going to allow this, then I can't hide from it. I look back to Cyrus. The coordinates have been sent to your ICD. We'll be going there. We'll be going together in 5. I lift my wrist and turn the small screen towards me. There are coordinates and a countdown showing. Cyrus is taking something from his inventory. Before I even see it, I know what it is. A weapon. He pulls it out, and I am at a loss for words. I only know that it's a gun from being vaguely similar to the one in my textbook. It looks much stranger than the textbook gun, and seems disturbingly sinister. Perhaps my own way of thinking is warping my perceptions. Hopefully not. I wonder how Cyrus got it. We aren't given any weapons for our work, but we're allowed to take things from different worlds along our travels and store them within our inventories. Surely there's a story in how that gun wound up with him. Surely there's a story in how we got each of the doubtlessly countless weapons he keeps in his inventory. If I didn't loathe him, I might even ask. Goodbye. My surroundings quickly change as the countdown reaches 0. I take stock of the new room, noting that it is particularly furnished yet elegant, with the same large desk I saw on television sitting meters away from us. The same man is here as well, though this time he's standing back towards us and gazing out a large window. He naturally does not notice our arrival. There isn't anything visually or audibly spectacular about a teleportation from the ICD. Cyrus lifts his arms to aim, and everything crashes onto me. I stare at the trigger intently, and it is as though time is slowed. I can do something. I can stop this. I could just push him. I could swat the thing out of his hand. It doesn't have to go this way. There are other things we could do. You can't be so cold-hearted. No one deserves this. He's going to die. I can't stop this. I can't do anything. Ew. I cry out, too late, soundless under the gun, but he heard me. Barnaby heard me. He turned, and I saw his face as he died. The scariest part is that his face in death was exactly as a normal face. I'll now see it everywhere. He crumbles to the floor. Cyrus doesn't scold me for shouting. He just stands still at my side, pointing his gun at the president's corpse. Ah! I stare at the body and become aware of my breathing. I take in air and rattle as it fills my lungs. This is literally the strangest experience I've had since I got here, and I am not convinced it's real. I don't want to be convinced. I am displaced and overwhelmed. I haven't even read novels like this. I can't react to something so almost fake. After a few minutes, Cyrus lowers his weapon and returns it to his inventory. My neck cricks as I turn to witness the action, seemingly abrupt in the stillness of death. He lifts his wrist and looks at it. We are then returned to the street where we started, some distance from all the televisions. At the new location, I break from my stupor and attempt to ground myself again. I assure my mind that this is all real, and knowing that it is, I soon look upon Cyrus with contempt. Wasn't that it? What are we doing still here? Guilty and need another drink, perhaps? We need to monitor the situation. There may be more to do yet. In his case, doesn't that mean more people to kill? Whatever, I've done what I have to. Can I leave now? Frankly, I don't even care about my grade after this. Look. What? I turn to what Cyrus is directing my attention to, the walls of TVs from before. There is a small crowd gathered there, and over their heads I can see the instantly recognizable crest of the Biden presidency displayed on the screens. Without a word, Cyrus moves to join them. I reluctantly follow, uncertain whether I am going to like what I'm about to hear. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. The message will be in 10 seconds. Then I stopped myself from using found out or alternatively caught you, realizing our company. Cyrus Mary looks down at me for 3 seconds before gazing back to the symbol. If the president is dead, then who's going to speak? His second or something? The message will now play. Oh, what? Sir, isn't that... Shh. It's the president dressed in the same brown suit, behind the same large desk, in the same exact room that I just saw him die in. I thought this place wasn't magical. Isn't this necromancy? Cyrus's expression reveals little to the mystery as usual, but I can see for certain that he is in no way nervous about this. Right, it can't be necromancy. Rigid physics, Winter. Think with some sense. Cyrus probably killed the body double or something. Is body double the right term? He killed somebody acting as somebody else. At least, I seriously hope so, because the last thing I need after all this is wizards. The people of Brighton, do not be alarmed, for the news that I bear is by no means alarming. This tape is to be played at the time of my death. To be more exact, the time of my assassination. The crowd gasps and murmurs, despite the president's cryptic assurance. Ah, right, of course. This must have been what Cyrus expected. The people shall now have a martyr. Vice President Haynes shall carry on my duties, few as they were, from here on. He will also make certain my final orders brought to fruition. My body tenses at his words. As I said, this is not alarming news. After my actions today, I fully expected Gabriel's retaliation. I know what he means, and it's crawling forth in my head. The realization that I, in my inaction, advocated this. Of course, I hoped that I would be wrong. The second possibility, the likely one, the bomb will be launched and people will die. But the Gabrian elite seem set to dismiss us, while unfortunate it is their choice. Gabriel did this? I knew things were bad, but never thought they'd start outright killing us. It seems they're reacting with somewhat expected behavior, but none of them are calling for the death of Gabrians. It is not with pleasure that I issue the order for their death. An eye for an eye is a bitter philosophy. I wish there could have been another way. The missile has already been launched. Damn it! Wait, hey, are we seriously going to fight Gabriel? Was Barnaby crazy? Just because we got a military doesn't mean we can fight anyone. We don't stand a chance. We're gonna get slaughtered. Haven't you been keeping up with the word on the streets? The bomb is supposed to take out Gabriel. The whole damn city with one bomb. They're the ones who are gonna get slaughtered. Good goddamn riddance. As far as I'm concerned, Barnaby nailed it. Gabriel should pay. Had their chance and they pissed it down the gutter. Ah. Hey fellas, we've been dying here for over 100 years, and for what? So that Gabrians could sit on their lazy asses all day and watch us bleed? I say let them learn something about what it's like to suffer and die. I plug their ears. What? I plug my ears, but their voices pierce me. Yeah, we can do this. Barnaby fought and died for us. He's always been fighting. One coughing fit later. Yeah, we can do this. Barnaby fought and died for us. He's always been fighting for us. We shouldn't let his death be in vain. Man, when I first heard his speech, I thought he was nuts. But maybe the old bastard was right all along. Maybe this is how we should fight back. Kill the fuckers. Let's show them what we're made of. What am I hearing? I do hope severely that we will be able to negotiate after this. Fuck negotiating. Shut up. We can't fight them. Are you insane? We're not gonna fight them. We're gonna fucking kill them. People of Brighton, I am sorry that there was no path for us other than that stained with blood. Do not forgive me for my Do not forgive me for my decisions. I only pray that tomorrow will be a better day for you, and that my choice was the proper one. Good night, Brightons. It has been an honor serving as your president, as little as it ever meant. The crowd erupts into commotion. Screams of praise, shouts of anger, but one overwhelming cry. Give them hell! I don't know what it means, but it sickens me. I immediately face Cyrus with intent to spit on his shoes and slap him across the face, if only I could reach, but he drags me away from the crowd before I am capable of either. Sir? You've won, sir. You have your unity in blood. Where's your smile? Why aren't you happy? It's gone precisely as planned. Are you not getting this? You just killed at least an entire city of people, and why? And this is one of those situations where she doesn't understand that he's hating this just as much as she is. But he has professionalism. At least I assume that's what's happening. Why? I asked. Because you refused to listen to me. Because you were so stubborn, and because I couldn't stop you, you miserable, shrewish, murderous oaf. Can't believe this. How could I have let this happen? This weight isn't something someone like me should bear. I can't bear this enormous load of bullshit. This guilt at my incapability. I'll read it eventually. This fury at your foolishness. This disgust in myself for my apathy. Why won't you say anything? Look over there. The whole congregation looks to the horizon, where there is a glowing light. And I am going to end this episode here, because look at that blinding flash of destruction. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm WaitWhat, and I'll be back soon enough.